Can you guys hear us now out there? Are we live out there, guys?
I don't think so.
Dominic, say yes.
Yes.
No, but I mean Dominic, Facebook.
Oh, Dominic?
Yeah.
Hi, Dominic.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to start.
All right.
Theme song?
They can hear us on Facebook now? Nikki Rotondo's watching.
Hi, Nikki.
There you go.
Bill said
Thank you,
yes.
Bill. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on HamiltonRadio.net. I have a really cool show for you tonight, okay? I have two of my favorite people here in studio, okay? The owners of Remember Then Radio, Barb and Steve. Hey, guys.
Good evening. Hello.
Thanks for having us.
This is so cool, okay? Are you
Let's
kidding?
do this.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Tell everyone what you go by.
Okay. Long time ago, I got the nickname His Doo-Wop Angel, and I was a lot to type when I was on Facebook. So Alex Augustine calls me Angel Baby, and I kind of picked that up. So I can be either. I don't want to be Barb.
Okay.
Don't call me Barb.
There you go. Don't call her Barb. I like that. All right.
Or else.
So, Steve, tell everyone a little bit about you.
Well, let's see. Originally from Brooklyn,
Woo!
the only place to be from.
Okay. Well, I was from Queens, but New York. I love it all.
I love
All right,
Queens.
Yeah,
Long Island City.
And let's see. Studied psychology.
Oh, wait. Don't tell. I'm going to read your
Oh,
poem.
you're going to read a poem.
Yes.
Once
All right.
upon a time.
That's right. Look into the camera. Say hi to everybody.
Hey, gang.
So, guys, I'm going to read the poem I wrote about them, and you'll get a little bit of an understanding
Oh, it's so cute.
about them, okay? They already got the, decorated copy, because usually I hand it to you. Everyone knows that. So this is, all right, ready?
We
Let's do
proudly
it.
have it.
Remember Then Radio. This poem tonight has raised the bar, probably the craziest I've written thus far. Not sure where to begin. I'm really sounding dumb. Steve was born in Brooklyn, PA's the state Barb's from. Only us three know why this sounds funny. I can't give all their facts, not even for some money. Steve's mom called him gifted, high tech for 40 years, except when it came to cleanliness. Mom then was left in tears. No organization skills at all. A hoarder Steve became, not cool in a Jewish home. Growing up Italian's the same. Steve got his master's in psych. NYU and Berkeley he taught. A proud Jewish mom he had, till some other path he sought. Illustrious people worked with Steve, Mr. Rod Beckstrom, I can't believe. Fran Tarkenton, a football great. Come on now, people, I'll keep it straight. After many hours of helping others with their radio shows, Steve thought, hey, now wait, radio station, I'll compose. One false start he had with a radio show. He tried to get it going, but it wouldn't go. Then one day he thought, oh wow, there's a woman who knew it all about music and doo-wop and radio, decided to give Barb a call. Steve met Barb on Facebook, oldies and doo-wop groups so far. Barb was also a loyal listener on his first try at RTR. Barb knew every word to every single song. Steve knew that with Barb, RTR could not go wrong. Barb and Steve decided that this could really work. Once again, his Jewish mom, I believe, went berserk. His track record with women wasn't good. His mom would scream and shout, not doing what you should. But Steve followed his heart and also followed his dreams, in spite of disappointments, in spite of mama's screams. Steve and Barb worked hard, 6 years and staying strong. RTR is at the top, 49 DJs, can't go wrong. Remember them radio exploded, never the same will the world be. Something kind of wonderful, Barb and Steve made for you and me. Most couples couldn't handle rigors of working side by side, intense hours 24/7 putting out fires on this ride. Barb was a stay-at-home mom whose childhood was rough, determined to grow a family filled with love and stuff. One day things changed. Barb got really depressed, not leaving her room at all. Meeting Steve, she was blessed. Steve's degree in psych kicked in. He offered Barb help in a pinch. Let's do this radio together. Healing your heart will be a cinch. Remember then radio was started. Barb on the East Coast, Steve on the West. Barb helped Steve move back east, his possessions and 2 dogs at best. In closing their porch, an incredible studio was made. RTR was named after a song, Remember Then was played. Barb coined a phrase, the soundtrack of our lives. Their lives are filled with lots of jumps and jives. You guys are polar opposites in every walk of life, yet you work so well together with very little strife. Due to your passion for music, it's saved both your lives. Your music tells your story, forever kept in archives. You guys have helped artists collect royalties and more, all without you getting paid. Shows your passion for sure. Famous singers you have housed and fed them all your home-cooked meals. Your chicken pot pie is famous. Make it vegan. Let's make some deals. Parents or fur babies, you're now on number 4. Not only are you busy, you're spreading love galore. Remember Then Radio is your heart and soul. Remember Then Radio made you both whole. I thank Michael D'Amore for making sure we met. You sure have blessed me. You are a cool duet. And I mean that from the
Geri,
bottom of my heart.
That is so beautiful.
From the bottom of my heart. Okay, you guys are awesome.
Number 1, this is my very first interview.
This is so
done
cool.
by you. And number
I
2,
will be right back.
Okay.
Somebody said my mic needs to be turned up.
Okay.
number 2, that poem. I have no idea. I mean, you work through someone very special, because that hits so many nails on the head, things I didn't even understand. I understand because of your poem.
Oh, thank you.
So that really, I mean, seriously.
I wish you would have told me about the not calling you Barb with the doo-wop angel. You forgot that part. I would have added it.
Well, I forgot.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
Barb to me, well, not to start on a really heavy
Okay.
place, but I was named Barbara by somebody that left when I was 6 days old.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
so it's not a name that I hold dear.
Gotcha. Okay. So I can say the same about Geraldine. I always laugh and say my mother hated me. Flip Wilson did that whole Geraldine skit. I was teased and made fun of. I hated it. My dad's name was Gerard. Jerry. I'm Jerry. I love Jerry. I hated Geraldine. So
I
we all
understand.
have
Yeah.
things with our names, right?
Not me.
No, you're good, Steve. You're good. So this is just so cool. Guys, I hope you understand I have 2 legends here right now, because I'm going to tell you why. You are. Because everyone out there in the music industry, all doo-wop, 50s, 60s, right? They all know you. There's not a group out there that doesn't know who Barb and Steve from Remember Then Radio is. And what you've done keeping all their music alive is incredible. Okay? So let's talk about the song Remember Then, and tell everyone who sang it and why you named your studio after
When we
that.
started the station, we needed a name for the station. And one of the first things that came to mind was the song Remember Then. That was done by Mr. Larry Chance and the Earls way back when. And it just seemed so fitting for this type of station that
Okay.
we adopted that. And Larry and the Earls actually did the theme song for the station.
He's a saint.
That is so cool.
The man's a saint.
Yes.
He really
and,
is.
and we love Larry. We've met him a number of times, had dinner with him, and with his
and his beautiful,
beautiful
the love of his life.
Shelley.
Shelley is such a doll, and we adore them. We really do. And what other name would we use?
That's so
I mean,
cool.
it says it all. Remember then.
I mean, I remember. I mean, I'm 58, so it's not like I didn't. I was born in '61, so it's not like I was a teenager in the '60s. But I remember that song like it was yesterday. We all love that song. It was so cool. So Michael D'Amore's in the house. Hey, baby. So Pablo Reyes is in the house. Dario's the one that told me about the mic, right? So thank you. Everybody's in the house. So this is going to be a great, great show, guys. So let's talk about your passion for this and when you started Remember Then Radio. Tell everybody really, like, what made you really say we can do this?
Well, I grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And Brooklyn, back in the late 50s, early 60s, you could go out to Kings Highway and hear the quotations practicing on the streets.
That's so cool, guys.
You can go to the boardwalk and hear groups practicing. It's street corner, just the street corner sound, the sound of New York, the sound of Brooklyn.
Philadelphia too. Garage bands.
Okay.
And I was living in California, and there was another station out there before, Remember Then, and I was a techie. They had asked me to do their website, which I did.
Okay.
And then I became a DJ on that station. Then I said, well, I can do this, and put together the beginnings of Remember Them. It didn't go anywhere while I was living in California. And then hooked up with Barb.
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Angel Baby.
Yeah. And Barbie Angel, Angel Baby, his
Doo-wop
Doo-wop
Angel.
Doo-wop, whatever you want to call her.
Catherine Lynn Bennett.
Anything works. But
Hi,
anyway,
Mike.
Anyway,
Call me anything but Barb.
So she said, move to Charlotte. And I'm like, well, Charlotte? Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm going to Charlotte.
That's
but
crazy,
I did.
right? Yeah.
And we really built the station from there. And it's been a real blast. We run the station out of pocket. We do it for the love of the music and the love of the artists. We don't have any ads, no commercials. We don't ask for donations.
Crazy.
We pay our licensing fees, unlike a lot of the stations.
The station is fully licensed, and as I said, it's for the music and the love of that music, the artist, and to keep that sound going. And as a
For
matter
our
of fact,
happiness.
one of the DJs on the station is Marv Rosenberg. He wrote "Image of a Girl," big hit in 1960.
That's crazy.
And founder of the Safaris, and he has his doctorate in psychology, so we call him Dr. Marv.
That's crazy.
And he's just one of the DJs on the station that has a whole bunch of talent. I mean,
He's amazing. And the kindest man you'd ever want to meet.
yeah, we love him. But also, we have Alex Augustine, another singer, sang with the Rob Roys and a number of other groups.
Okay.
He's a DJ on the station.
You're going to
Billy
start.
Regal Buto from the Accords, used to be from the Accords, another singer on the station. And, we're just blessed with talent and so many great DJs. We've made friends with so many people in the industry over the years.
Amazing.
Had them at our home.
In Charlotte, we had Maurice Williams over a number of times.
Ooh,
For the
remember when
people-
Maurice sang to me?
Yeah, for the people that don't
So
know
great.
who Maurice Williams is, Maurice Williams and the Gladiolas, and then Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. If you know the song Stay, which
Of
was
course.
done by a number of groups, Maurice wrote and sang that. Another one, for example, May I, and that's the one he sang to Barb, to Angel Baby. Angel
you.
Barb. What? Anyway, to her, her, in person. And who am I missing? Who? Oh, and Barb baked chicken pot pie for him.
I heard about the chicken pot pie.
Yeah, and
She's supposed to make me a vegan one, right?
right.
I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
And another artist that we met down there, Ron Henderson Sr. He had a group in D.C., in the D.C. area, called the True Tones. And they're just great. Ron was the lead. He formed the group. He plays guitar, writes the songs, sings.
Is sexy as all get out.
And
Woo. I want to interrupt you one sec. Guys, let us know if the sound is okay out there. I hear a little thumping on my end. Just let us know if the sound is okay. So continue.
I just spoke to Ron the other day, and Ron never collected a cent in royalties. As I said, he had a group, the True Tones, and another soul group called Choice of Color. And he had never collected royalties, so we took it upon ourselves to help him collect some of the royalties that he's owed.
So that's incredible. I have a question. So if you guys don't get any funding whatsoever, so do you have other jobs? Like, how do you make your money? I'm just curious because everybody's probably thinking that.
How do we make our money? Well, between a 401k and Social Security.
Yeah, my retirement.
Okay, so that's
Our
great. No, that's
retirement
good. Thank you.
I mean, we basically don't get our hair done and things like that. Everything goes to the radio station
Okay.
because it's our passion.
Okay.
But before we go on past somebody else, I wanted to mention the safaris.
Okay.
Marv Rosenberg, he asked us to write a letter of recommendation for him to get a job with what college is it?
Oh, he's teaching a class at, I think it's UCLA.
It's UCLA.
On doo-wop music.
Do you have any idea? Here I am,
Okay.
this nobody,
Okay.
writing a letter of recommendation for somebody to get a job at
That's
UCLA.
way too cool.
And he got the job.
That's so
I have
cool.
the letter. I'm framing it. I'm so proud of it because this man is so
I
head
know,
and
this
tails
is so cool, right?
above us. And they actually took our letter seriously and used it as something to help them make that decision.
This is so cool.
So yeah, we were proud.
That's great.
Really proud. We're proud of Marv.
Wow. This is just so cool. So, Remember Then Radio. So, all right, so I like to ask silly questions at times, okay? And this is one of them. So, one of the funniest memories you have with any one show, you don't have to say their names if you don't want to, but tell us a funny story about a show. A memory you have.
He's looking at me.
I'll let Barb handle that one.
The funny one when I
Yes.
was speaking and I thought the mic wasn't on. That
Okay.
it was scary. It was not comfortable, but it was funny when you look back on it, the dumb things. Funny things, well, Larry Chance's interview, he was hysterical. There's always funny things. Always.
Who had to take their dog out?
Oh, that was Larry.
That was Larry,
In the
right?
middle of
the
everything,
interview.
he goes, okay, let's have a commercial because whatever, Lucy or whatever has to go for a walk. I'll be
Okay.
back real quick. And
Okay.
then he went. And that was so cool because it showed his humanity.
Right.
That his dog had to go out and that was that. He wasn't going to make the dog wait. That's love.
Okay?
That's the kind of man he is and the kind of classy guy he is.
Yeah, one of the other things about the station, as you know, the tagline is
The soundtrack of our lives.
But
And it
the-
really is the soundtrack of our lives.
the soundtrack of our lives and the voice of Street Corner Entertainment.
Okay.
And Street Corner Entertainment is
Stevie Dunham.
run by Stevie Dunham and Tony Ochin. It is one of the only companies out there producing new vinyl 45 records.
And what are they played on?
Record players.
Record players, turntables.
They're selling them again. Everywhere you look, there's record
Vinyl
players.
is back, baby, and they're producing these records with artists like Joel Katz, incredible singer, with people like Frankie Pizarro, also a first responder.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Most of the people.
Is the video playing? Guys, can you see us on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's saying it's not. Okay, so.
I have it.
Hers doesn't have it.
All right, so I'm hoping
I
it's
have
just.
it.
All right, so then we're fine.
Well, anyway, I find it interesting, and it speaks a lot to police officers and military. Almost everybody that's a DJ on our station was an artist, a police officer, or in the military, or all three. That's very interesting. It says that those people are very sentimental
right.
and
That's
very
right. That's
affectionate
right.
and loving. And
So Street Corner
ahead.
Entertainment, Stevie Dunham, CEO.
oh, Stevie's adorable.
He is an author,
Okay.
an entrepreneur. He authored the book on the history of a cappella.
Okay.
For those that don't know, a
That's
cappella
really
is vocal group harmony without music. It's
And
singing
it's
without
tough.
the music.
It's tough.
He is excellent. He's also a mentor for up-and-coming talent.
For instance, Ramon Altamirano, he was listening to my show, and I played an Elvis song, and he said, I've recorded an Elvis song. And I said, send it to me. And he sent it to me, and I said, you know what? You're in Las Vegas, Stevie's in Las Vegas, I'm going to hook you guys up. Well, now they've made 45s together. They've been in a show in Las Vegas together because we hooked them up. So we're real proud of that, too.
And we're proud of being affiliated with Street Corner Entertainment, and they have their own website.
Okay.
I mean, we're on rememberthenradio.com,
Okay.
but if you go to streetcornerentertainment.com, you'll be able to see their website, all of the artists, and all of the new vinyl that you can
And again,
purchase there.
They're doing it for the love of the music.
And I'm proud to
passion.
say that I did the
I think we're
website
up.
for them.
Yes.
So, so you're doing the website for them.
He's done
Yes.
it, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and so everybody can go there and take a look at, as I said, the vinyl, new vinyl 45, which are going to become collector's items.
So you're telling me that they're selling record players and now vinyl records?
Well,
Yes.
we're not selling them,
No, I
but
know.
they're out there, yes.
Yeah, everywhere. If you go into the mall, you'll see record players.
Amazon, I mean, and they're not expensive for starting out.
Are we on?
Yes.
Yes. For starting out, you can pick up a turntable for $40-50
Yeah.
and get going with vinyl.
Not only that, but they have turntables that hook into your computer. So it goes into your speaker system.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
And the cool thing is, it's not just black vinyl. It comes in multicolors.
I love that. I love the color.
So the vinyls are now different colors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they did in the old days too, but
I
just
don't remem-
special records.
Oh, okay, 'cause I
just
don't
the special
remember
ones.
that.
But
Oh.
I guess the point Steve is trying to make is that Stevie Dunham out in Las Vegas he's got the passion like we've got the passion. And things are really happening. It's not just, we're not just doing this and it's not going anywhere. It's really going somewhere.
It's amazing.
And that's a shocker to me. Because we thought this was going to, I don't know about you, Steve, but I thought this was going to be a hobby. I thought it was something we were going to do just for fun because it makes me happy just to hear the music.
Okay.
I mean, I do my show and I don't care if no one's listening. I'm loving every minute of it. It was just for the fun and the passion and to hear those same songs again. And we ended up being friends with people that our station was so important to them that they would call us on the phone if we weren't on at the exact. And when they died, our hearts were broken. You know, like we still have to say a prayer for certain people that have died that were part of the chat room and things like that. It's just unbelievable. We've made such wonderful friends.
And, yeah, it started as a hobby, but it is now a 20-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week job.
Yes,
But
and
still fun.
when people complain if they can't get in, or I want to say, don't you realize how many hours Steve works? We're not getting paid for this. We're doing it just, out of the love of the music.
I have to say, this Lee Paroli from Friendlies is actually watching. I think this is a first for him.
Hi, Lee. Oh, Lee's
Okay.
He's a cutie. He's a cutie.
We did the Fribble tour at Friendlies today with Steve and
very proud.
the Doo-Wop Angel here.
Hi, Lee.
Oh my gosh, that's a first.
Great
okay?
lunch.
That was a delicious lunch. Yes, Lee has Friendlies here in Robbinsville, correct?
Yes.
And it's a great spot. So clean, so nice. The food was delicious.
Okay. Wow, that's so funny. So, what's a typical day for you guys?
Up at the crack of dawn.
Okay.
Typical day, yeah, I get up.
He's up.
I have to put up all of the ads for all of the shows on Facebook every day, early in the morning. I have to create graphics for the programs. Then it's some tech work where I make sure the station is running okay.
A lot
and
of
the
DJs.
databases are up and the servers are up. And then listening in on the various programs.
You have to
make
listen to
sure,
all the shows.
to make sure that they're all okay, and then dropping in on the chat rooms to make sure that that's going okay. So
Right, and a lot of the
Go ahead.
DJs don't realize that we're always in there. It's always on in our station, in the house. And the one thing, yes, he does, and it really does take 20 hours a day. That's not an exaggeration.
No, I believe
We're
you.
up until probably 12, 1 o'clock at least with the radio station things. And he doesn't notice the dust. So on top of everything that he does, I've got to keep the studio clean, the laundry, the cooking, the yard work, all of that. So yeah, we're busy.
So I want to tell everybody out there, okay, I'm kind of giggling as he's saying this because I now have a show, the Geri Petito Show on Remember Then Radio. It's every Wednesday at 2 p.m., guys. And there's also a chat room that you can go into. So I am not good with tech, okay? So Steve had to come into my computer and help me set the program up for the podcast, and I had to get a special speaker. He showed me what I had to do, and it's all set up. And the first probably, 5, 6 shows, there was always some sort of a glitch, okay? And there's Steve in the chat room, and I'm panicking, and I'm like, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Judd. Let me in your computer or whatever. So,
Let me in.
okay, yes. So this is like really incredible. Michael D'Amore.
Oh, I love that man.
The new lead singer for the Capris, guys, okay? The Capris, come on. He introduced me to these, and this is what he said. He said, Jerry, Steve has the patience of a saint. He said he is unbelievable, and you're right. He does, okay? He puts up with me.
Mike's a great guy, isn't he?
Yes.
We
thank
need
Yes.
to
you.
take
We
a.
love Mike.
We have to take a minute out of our day to say, God bless Mike D'Amore. He is so sweet, and he has done so much for Remember Then Radio. And I just want to say that his song, I Wish, that he wrote,
Yes.
is the most beautiful
Incredible.
song. I adore
He's
that
saying the
song.
patience of an angel.
That puts us together. What about me, Mike? What do you have to say about me, aside from the
Now,
fact that...
a quick story. We've known
Oh, this is
Mike
great.
for a number of years,
Okay.
and he was performing down in Florida,
Okay.
in Delray
Kings
Beach
Point.
and Kings Point,
Okay.
where my mother lives, who's now 97. But she used to go just a few years back to Michael's shows in the clubhouse at Kings Point. So I told her to introduce herself to Michael because we
him.
knew him, and so she introduced herself, and he gave her a big hug. It's Michael, and
He makes everybody feel like
made,
they're
made her
important.
feel so special and everything. And she calls me up.
We were
This is
coming
the
home
first
from the
show.
Beach
No,
Boy
no, no.
concert.
This
Oh.
was the first show. And she calls me up. They're singing out in the hallways. And she always says, Michael carries the show. She did a She adores him.
Incredible. He's incredible.
And then it became a standing joke that Michael was.
You missed one
Oh,
part.
what did I miss?
We were coming home from a Beach Boys concert, and his mother called, all excited. Mike kissed me. Oh my gosh, you would have thought she was a 13-year-old kid. This is a 97-year-old
That's so
woman.
great.
And she was so excited. So Linda, well, a friend of ours named Wendy, in the chat room said to Steve, well, I guess that's your new stepfather, Mike Diamore. And you ought to ask him about your allowance. So that became a joke with Steve and Mike. So Mike is Steve's stepfather.
So did he ever send you an allowance?
No, but he's given
back
us lots of
allowance.
good
He owes me back
advice.
allowance. But,
Yeah, he owes Steve a lot of back allowance.
but
Oh, wow.
anyway, yeah, Michael is a sweetheart of a guy. You couldn't ask
Nope,
to meet anybody
absolutely.
nicer.
And we thank him for introducing us to you.
Oh, I do too. I thank him for introducing me to you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Big love fest.
Yes. So, all right. So let's see. So your mom's a sweetie, and it's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, unfortunately, she can't get to
Oh,
the clubhouse anymore. She doesn't get around like she used to.
okay.
But hey, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
So
She has her memories. We all do.
Exactly.
So tell everybody tell some of the coolest people you've met in show business.
I
Not
really,
including the radio.
Anything. Just
Anything.
who you've
I
actually
worked.
met.
I was working in high tech in California.
Okay.
Actually, before that, I was working high tech in New York, and the company I was working for was bought by Fran Tarkenton,
Okay. Go
football
ahead.
player, played for Green Bay, I think, and
Steve
then the
knows
Giants.
nothing about football.
And I used to, what happened was I was doing the tech stuff. I used to travel around the country with Fran doing seminars.
That's so cool.
He would throw out a football, you know, and would sign football to the audience. Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, blah, blah, blah. You know, and then I would go into the techie portion.
What about Art Garfunkel?
Well, that's later on. I worked at a company with Art Garfunkel's brother, Jerry. And
Geri
so I used to
Garfunkel.
go to, whenever Art was performing in California, I used to be able to go to the shows and go backstage and meet him and his family. It's, you know, no big deal, but very cool. And then we got into the radio, and from there, it's been a blast meeting all of the singers that we grew up with.
Oh, I can name two favorites.
Go ahead.
Gene Pitt.
Okay.
I did his last interview.
Tell
and
everyone who he is.
Gene Pitt was the lead singer for the Jive Five, and he was an amazing man. He, as a matter of fact, we were mentioning about Elvis Presley and the Beatles and things like that. When the Beatles came to the United States, Gene Pitt and the Jive Five and Larry Chance and the Earls seemed to be the only groups from our generation, you know, the street corner sound that kept on going. Everybody else was out. All you heard were the Beatles. But those two kept going because they had what it took. They were
Incredible.
Gene
amazing.
Pitt, another Brooklyn guy.
Incredible.
Yes.
If you guys want to call in and talk to them, say hello. The number's on the screen. Feel free, okay?
And another person was Jerome. Little Anthony in the Imperial.
Oh, my
Jerome Anthony
goodness.
Bourdain.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We went to his hotel and spent the afternoon with him, and he is full of wisdom. He really learned a lot in life and was willing to share it with us. He was really kind to us and taught us a lot about the business and the backstories. And I have to be perfectly honest, I have not met a person that's in this music industry that isn't kind and sweet. And they all, I mean, if you're doing love songs, you have a lot of love in your heart. And these people are all very loving, very kind,
Well, I've met a few that weren't, but I'm not going to mention names, of course. But I met a few that weren't.
Well, we have not. In
Okay,
all
good.
honesty, everybody has been good to us. Everybody's been respectful to us. Okay, there's a couple people that promised they would do a promo for us and they never did. But I think it's more that they got too busy and forgot
Okay,
about it.
okay.
We've not had any bad experiences.
No, you know,
Okay.
Have we had
one
any?
of the one of the highlights was going to Willie Winfield's retirement party.
Oh my gosh.
Because I got to meet him.
Oh.
Crazy. So beautiful.
And his daughter was so kind to us, and the man made you feel as if you did him a favor by coming.
Listen, how old is he?
It's 93.
Okay. I hugged him and had tears in my eyes, and he couldn't understand why I had tears in my eyes. I was
I
like,
know.
"Are you kidding me? Do you know who you are?"
Oh my Lord.
Tell everyone about some of his songs.
Oh, on Sunday afternoon, that's a huge
Yep.
one. My one and only love. I could
Yep.
go on forever. He writes and sings the
I
most
mean, think
beautiful
about
love
that.
songs, and his heart and soul are in
The
every song.
harp tones, for those of you that don't know.
Correct. But the thing is, Willie sings every bit as good today as he sang back in
So
the day.
beautiful. It's just so beautiful.
He's got it. And there's that, again, passion seems to keep on coming into the conversation. You have to have passion.
Meeting, we've all met singers and stars, right? I mean, here or there, concerts or whatever, got to say hello, taken photos. My heart never feels the way it does when I meet the older singers and entertainers, because to me, they created this. If it wasn't for them, there would be none of this.
Exactly, and people like, just throwing out an example, Stan Ziska, lead of the Del Satins.
Okay.
What a lot of people don't know is, there were Dion and the Belmonts, but the Del Satins really backed Dion up
Yes.
on a lot of his hits.
Wow.
And Stan Ziska was the...
Hi, Joe Neary.
I'll get to Joey in a minute, but Stan wrote the intro and the outro for Larry Chance's I Believe.
That's
Which
cool.
nobody knows. There's so much.
It's a secret.
It's a secret, right?
there's
So cool,
much
don't tell anybody.
information.
And
It's so much fun to learn these things.
And another guy, Joey Neary, down in Florida, he sang with the Mystics for a while, with Joe Galfo. And Joe Galfo?
No, it's not
George
George
Galfo, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We know so many names
But he sang backup
for Dion.
he was one of the guys that sang backup for Dion on Dion's Deja Nu album, and toured with Dion for 10 years.
And did a great job on Shoe Bop. Oh, so good.
So cool. Tell everyone where you guys live.
We live right outside of Ocean City, New Jersey. We're kind of right in the center between Atlantic City and Ocean City.
And Margate, right near there.
Yes, Margate, Ventnor. We're in heaven.
Okay.
We really
And
are.
is that a big doo-wop community?
There are some shows in Atlantic City.
Okay.
We're not that far from Wildwood,
Okay.
which has a lot. But most of it is up in northern New Jersey.
Actually, a friend of ours, Charles Wallert, is working very hard to try to get, if I'm not mistaken, I may be speaking out of turn, but originally they were talking about Summers Point, getting a studio in Summers Point and having the sound of the shore there. A friend of his that lives in Summers Point is working with him, and I believe that they are going to do it. And there's a lot of people that like music and doo-wop and things like that there.
Just to make note, Charles wrote Brenda for O.C. Smith, and
He's a manager right now.
managing, producing George Benson now.
And a million others. I mean, he's
Wow.
been involved. Who just passed away? His son was Show Me the Money.
Cuba Gooding
yeah,
Sr.
Okay,
he
yeah,
introduced
that's
us.
cool.
And Cuba Gooding called me on the phone and left me a message that to this day I am so proud of. Again, I'm a nobody. I've never, I never suspected ever in my life that I would be rubbing elbows with these people. And when you get those messages, it makes it all worthwhile.
Listen, I feel the same way. I mean, think about the people that I've met through. I get so excited. Okay, this is a really cool story. I got to share this. So, I'm in my office a couple years ago, and I'll never forget the day. It was the day after New Year's. So I was in my office regrouping my radio books and all that. I was like, okay, New Year's starting, blah, 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 blah. And my phone rings, and it says Florida. So because of the radio shows now, I'll answer the phone if I'm not sure. And a man says, hi, Geri Petito, Pablo Reyes gave me your number. So I said, oh, hi. And he said, now, before I tell the story, I owned a poker league. I'm a poker player and a poker dealer, and I owned a poker league for 10 years. So I still had the poker league 2 years ago. And he says, I'm Ken Brady from the original casinos. Well, my brain goes to poker. So I say, oh, what casinos? And he laughs and he goes, Sweet Pea, I've heard that before. And he starts singing, then you could tell me goodbye. I almost fell off the chair. I said, are you messing with me? And his wife, Cindy's in the background going, no, sweetie, he's not messing with you. It's really him. So who would have ever thought, right, that
I get it.
I
I feel you. I
mean,
feel
this
you
is
all the way.
incredible, especially to people who care about the music. You know, growing up and you know, music is important anyway. Everybody knows that, right? So, you know, we were having a conversation today about today's music, and we're really not fans of a lot of today's music, but we understand where it comes from and why they sing what they sing or rap or whatever it is. So, you know, it's generational. But when you grow up with doo-wop and oldies, the feeling you get inside, even to this day when you hear the music. My dad, when he had Alzheimer's, I'll never forget it, I put oldies on in the car, and he was singing to the songs with Alzheimer's. You know,
it's miraculous.
It's just and babies. If you watch babies and you turn music on, they'll start like moving.
It's so healing.
But no one tells them dance to music. You know, they're 8 months old in a swing and they start moving.
It's a gift.
It's
it
a
really
gift, right?
is. It's such a. I know when I suffer from depression.
Okay.
And if I'm really down and I get a good song on, I can
There you
snap
go.
out of it in no time.
Isn't it unbelievable what music does to the soul, right?
Amen. It's amazing.
So when
It really
we're
is.
sitting here talking about these incredible entertainers from the past that started it all, I mean, it's just unbelievable, right? It's like a
It
dream
is.
come true.
And it's ongoing. You know, there's a group that meets once a month in Garfield, New Jersey,
TNT.
and they have a program, or a gathering, I should say, and it's called TNT,
Okay.
and it's all of these
Hi, Tony
record collectors.
and Pam.
I love her.
I don't want to
all of
forget
these,
it.
and they bring their vinyl records and play them and act as a DJ.
And play
and
the
people-
B-sides, things
and
people don't
People
know.
comment about them, and Tony Ochen, who is one of the founders of this, decided it should be on the radio. So
We got it.
he
So cool. Come
he
on.
took these shows, and they're ongoing. He's taking them and recording them live, and we're broadcasting them every Wednesday. Different
Oh,
DJ,
and they're amazing shows.
a different DJ. It's edited, you know, so that it sounds like it's just a regular radio program, and it's very innovative because there's nothing else like it. Live vinyl being broadcast with just a group of
And we're
various
so
record
proud
collectors.
and honored to carry that show. And people come, there's somebody different every week as the DJ, and they bring their own record collection, and they share the songs that they're passionate about, the songs that they think no one else will know, or it's just so much fun. And the one thing I wanted to mention about the old guys, the
Old guys, I love this. The
the
old
singers
guys.
back in the 50s and
Yes.
60s. The one thing they all said to me, I mean, every single person that I interviewed said they would have done it for free.
So, okay. All right. So, Al Contrary, he's incredible. You know, I mean, I got to meet him. Larry Chance, I mean, these guys, their numbers are in my phone. I can call
Oh,
them.
isn't that the best feeling?
No, that's the best feeling. And they all say thank you to me.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Please do not say thank you to me. Like, they don't even know what they're still doing for us.
But they did it for themselves also
Yes.
because it's their passion.
It's incredible, right?
And they loved it. And there's not a one of them. When I'd say, well, were you treated correctly? Did you get the money that was owed you?
Probably
and they'll
not.
say,
No.
no, but I would have done it for free.
Okay.
I loved it
Yeah.
that much. It was such a wonderful time in my life. They talk about those bandstand trips where they got on a bus and went all over the country. They got next to nothing, but they made friendships that are lasting forever.
Okay.
And they felt that, adulation. You've got to admit, when you have a million screaming people, the women throwing their underwear at you, you're going to love every minute of it.
Love you. You are so funny. Oh my God.
You got to love it.
Michael D. Moore can tell stories about that.
And about his mother.
And about his mother. That story
I
is
love that
great.
one. You should tell that
Okay,
story.
so listen, I will tell the story. So Michael D. Moore, incredible singer. The new lead singer, right? Okay, for the Capris. But here's the thing, and I will say this publicly. I don't care, Michael. And I've never said this to any other singer. I'm an Elvis fan. So to me, nobody is greater. Never before, never after. Sorry, no one will ever be. Okay, Elvis Presley. But this is the first time I ever said this about an entertainer. Here's Elvis and here's Michael. Like, that's how incredible I believe,
He is.
right? Michael
Oh, I
is.
believe it,
I
too.
mean, just even on stage, even if he didn't open his mouth.
Even
if he
Steve
just,
has a crush on Mike.
Okay, everybody has man crushes. Lee Peroli from Friendlies has a man crush on Michael. I don't care, okay?
The hardest working man
He
in
is.
the business
God
today.
love him.
He's on a plane 3 times
Or
a week
driving.
sometimes, right?
Or driving.
All right, so the story about his mom. Well, do you want to tell it?
No,
Because
you can.
you tell the
Okay,
story.
Mike
There you go.
does shows all over the place. He was in Florida, and he went from, let's say, okay, I don't know the cities. Let's say
All right.
city A to city B to city. Everywhere he went, there was this woman sitting in the front row, and he's thinking, how did she get to this concert? How is she here, and how did she get the front row again? And it just was, and then the one day at the restaurant, they said, oh, by the way, your mother is over in that table.
Well, no, not at the restaurant. No, it was at the concert.
Oh, the concert,
So
that's right.
someone came and said, oh, Michael, we have a surprise for you.
Oh, that's right.
Your mother is here. She came to surprise you. She's in the front row. And he's laughing because his mom's passed
A
a
long
long time
time.
ago.
Yes.
So he gets up on stage and he's like, everyone, I have an announcement to make. And he said, I want to introduce someone very special to me, my mother.
My mother is here
She's here
tonight. Yeah.
And he points to her. She stands up and she turns around and walks out.
Only Mike could
But
do
I
that.
was cracking up laughing because I would have played it up. I
Right.
would love to be her at that moment, and I would have went right on stage and said, hug me, son, you know?
You know what though? Mike always knows the right thing to say or
I
do.
know.
He just
It was so
has
great.
that natural cool. He's just like way cool, major
He's
cool.
so
That's
cool.
all there is to it.
So, guys, Rob Bell from PANJ Radio, okay? He was watching.
Hi,
and
Rob.
Friends of mine from Long Island City, New York are on here. Hi, Frankie.
Long Island
So-
City, New
yes,
York. How
okay,
cool is
so
that?
Everybody's watching, so this is
I
so
want to
cool.
be a New Yorker. I really do.
I'm still a New Yorker, okay? People say I'm a Jersey girl, but I'm really not. I'm a
Well,
New
you can be
Yorker.
both.
I get okay.
can be
I'm
both.
both, okay?
Yeah, you're that cool.
So-
You're
Okay,
that
I'm
cool.
that cool. Okay? Listen, I might be that cool, but I'll never be Elvis cool.
Nobody's Elvis
That's
cool.
right, nobody's
I mean,
Elvis
I don't
cool.
know anybody.
Hey, come on.
There was only one.
Okay, that's it, baby.
Yeah.
So some of the people that we've spoken with, and that Barb has interviewed, because Barb is a great
Barb.
interviewer,
Yep.
and
I've heard her interviews. Yes.
and some were very sad.
Oh.
For example, interviewed Jerry Butler,
Oh wow.
who happened to not be in good health, and he was taking care of his wife, who had,
I think it might have been like a touch of dementia or something. 'Cause
Aw.
she was in the background. God love him.
and he wasn't healthy himself, and it was just very, very sad.
Tell everyone who he is, because a lot of
To-
people are younger out there listening.
Jerry,
Let It Be Me is
Yep.
one of the beautiful songs that
Jerry
he
Butler,
sang.
the Iceman.
Yep,
I
the
mean,
Iceman.
He's from Chicago, and he had a million love songs and a beautiful man
What a
with a
voice.
beautiful spirit. But we all get old, and we all have heartache in our lives. And, you know, just because you're an artist doesn't mean that you aren't going to have health problems and issues with finances or whatever. Everybody has problems. And yeah, we've had
Then there were the fun ones.
Jay Black. He was.
Oh, the American.
But who did we met him at the Philly Doo-Wop Festival. Gave him some records. The Secret. He was with the
Oh,
Gaynors.
wait a minute. I have to think about this now. Let's talk about something
Okay.
else, and I'll think about his name because I have
Anyway.
you want to talk about dementia? I have major dementia. Keep talking, and I'll think of his name.
Okay. Anyway, so we had interviewed him, and then we got a call. There's a doo-wop festival every year in Philadelphia in September, and it's put on as a benefit for the survivors of policemen. It's put on by the Fraternal Order of
Yeah,
Police.
police that are
Oh,
killed
okay.
in the line of duty.
Okay.
Okay, all the money goes to their families.
Okay.
And all of the acts perform for free. Anyway, so we got a call asking us after the interview.
The Gaynors was his original group.
Yes.
And the music to die for. I can't do that. Sorry.
Anyway, you think about it.
I will,
'cause
but
don't
at least I remembered the
but-
Gaynors.
But so we got a call. They wanted to honor him and give him a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Philly Doo-Wop Festival.
Because they heard him being interviewed on my station. So I was so proud. We were the ones that
Wow.
got to invite him to get this honor.
Wow.
And it
He's
was.
a major singer. I just
The Gaynors has
I'll
something to do with it.
I'll get it in a moment. But
Yeah, and he was wonderful. And he's a
and
minister
so we
in
met him,
Philadelphia.
and I had brought a whole bunch of vinyl
His
with
records
me.
to be signed. And
signed.
Steve had songs that he never had. He didn't even realize the one record was made into a record, and he never saw a copy of it.
Of his?
Yes, of his.
How is that possible?
We
lot of
found
the
that
artists-
out from so many of the artists.
A lot of the artists don't have copies of their original music.
Tons of the artists don't have copies
You know
of their
what's
music.
so funny? Like, all right, so growing up, we had this idea that all these singers and famous singers are rich and,
Yeah.
all this stuff. And
None
the
of the
majority of,
above.
them were not.
So not rich.
So not rich.
And when what we end up doing is giving records to the people who don't have their own records.
How
We've
did
given
they
a lot
not
of records
know?
because they didn't have the money to buy them, or else they gave them away, or they sold them when they didn't have the ability to keep their
my
records.
goodness.
Most of these people did not get paid. They got taken advantage of, and they could just about make ends meet. But again, don't feel sorry for them because
They didn't
would
stop
have-
singing.
And his name, Garnett Mims.
Garnett
Okay,
Mims.
there you go.
Oh, you want to meet a man that can
There you
sing.
go.
Garnett
And
Mims from the
classy.
Enchanters.
Yeah. He could.
But, just some of the people we've spoken with, Lenny Dell from the Dimensions.
Oh, man.
George Galfone, Phil Cracolici from
Oh,
the
Uncle
Mystics.
Phil. Yeah, they were great.
Well,
Chuck
the Mystics.
Jackson.
Oh, Chuck
know.
Jackson.
Oh.
Any day now. Oh, my
okay.
gosh. Chuck Jackson.
So you met him?
Oh, yeah.
Mel Carter.
Yeah, Mel Carter?
Let's see. Who else? is
You
on
met
this
Mel
list?
Carter?
Well, no, we spoke
We
with
didn't
him.
meet
on
him,
Oh,
but-
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But still.
And then Barb.
Oh, this is a good story.
Nedra Tally Ross.
Wait. Let me tell the Mel Carter story. You asked about funny. I just thought of funny.
Okay.
Okay. I'm starting to get my show together from the Mel Carter interview.
Okay.
And I'm playing a song and I'm thinking, this is the most beautiful song I have
His song?
ever heard. It's called Stay With Me. So I
Okay.
call him up and he didn't answer. So I left him a message and I said, I'm preparing for your show and I'm listening to your song, Stay With Me. And I have to say, it's probably one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard.
And it's not his?
Right.
Okay.
The first name, it was Mel, but not Mel Carter.
Tell
And-
everyone a couple of his songs.
And he says to me, he turns around and he goes, Well, I'm glad you like that song, but I've never recorded
That's
it. That's Mel Williams.
So funny. At least
Mel
you know.
Carter told me "Thrill Me, Kiss Me,"
Thrill me,
Yeah.
thrill me.
Yep.
and a million others. But yeah,
So-
I'm sorry I interrupted you. What were you going on to?
I
After
don't,
Mel-
I don't remember.
after
Now
Mel
that
Carter.
you so
Yeah, we-
fairly
we-
interrupted me.
Well, you know, I always have to
Oh my
interrupt because I
gosh.
don't
But
remember.
that's a funny
things if I
story,
don't.
though. I love your
Oh,
song.
that was hysterical. Who else? Read off some of the other people we interviewed. And you know, my Gene Pitt interview meant the world to me. And afterwards, I had sent him a crocheted table doily because we had been talking about, you know, crocheting and things from the past. And he was saying that he was collecting things to make his home into a museum. And, you know, with history of all the different artists and things from the 50s and da-da-da. So I sent him this, and he never wrote a thank you note or anything. So I wasn't quite sure if he received it. Well, don't you know that we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Wildwood this first season this year? And his daughter tells me how much it meant to him and how he showed it to her and how he said, look at this woman made this for me and gave it to me, and it's so special. And we became friends. I mean, she said we've got to stay in touch. And I mean, can you imagine?
No, that's incredible.
I was so proud. And
Everybody out there who's watching this, you're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Also, share this video. Let's get this all over the world, guys. Come on. It's going to be in Australia tonight, okay? Oh, it will be.
Now, another one, Nedra Talley Ross.
Wait.
This-
How come I don't know.
the Ronettes.
Oh, the Ronettes, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, I didn't know all their
Well, okay,
names.
when
The
we were
Ronettes.
kids, I was Nedra Talley Ross. You know how you hold the brush and you sing? I
Okay.
was always Nedra. She was my hero. She was who I wanted to be. I knew every word to every one of her songs. And Charles Waller put me in contact with her. And
Ronnie's cousin.
yeah, and we got to be friends. Like,
Wow.
she even did an a promo for our station and announced my show and said, my girlfriend, Barbara Cornegie, and, you know, Sunday nights, 9
Wait,
to
she
11.
called you Barb?
What did she call me?
Was she allowed? Uh-oh.
I don't think, well, I can be Barbara. I just don't, Barb reminds me of barbed wire, sharp,
Yeah.
cold,
Oh, okay.
mean.
Anyway, another Kenny Jeremiah,
Yeah, it turns out he's our neighbor.
So funny.
Expressway.
Yeah,
Soul Survivors,
we interviewed
especially-
him, and next thing you know, we find out he's like 2 blocks down the street.
William Hart, William Poobie
Oh
Hart,
yeah, that's the Philly sound. You can't,
the
yeah,
Steels brothers.
yeah.
Just to name Jimmy Merchant.
Oh, Jimmy Merchant, the teenagers.
So-
They were the beginning of rock and roll.
Okay, yes, they were.
Yeah.
Yes,
Joe
they were.
Terry.
Danny and the Juniors, and right
May he
after
rest
I
in peace.
after
Oh
I
my
interviewed
goodness,
him, he died.
guys. He did?
Yeah, Steve went to the funeral like a couple days later. So
And
yeah, these things live forever. I mean,
Nikki Adio.
Oh, forget it. Nikki Adio, come on.
I told you about
Yep.
Nikki.
Yep.
you know, Nikki wants to get together and things like that, and we keep kind of planning it, and it falls through, but it's not going to fall through forever. We will get together with Nikki.
I need to interview him.
Yes,
I can
definitely.
hook you up. I'm sure
know.
he'd interview. Yeah.
You
Billy,
gave me all
Billy
this info.
Vera.
Tell
Yeah.
everyone who Nikki Adio is.
Nikki Adio, incredible singer, sang also with a number of groups, including the Darshays, also single. Bruce Springsteen called Nikki the. I'm trying to remember. It was in an
Something
interview. Just
absolutely-
the incredible doo-wop singer Gloria, Nikki's version of Gloria.
Oh, yeah.
The
Incredible.
go-to song.
What about the Over a Cup of Coffee? The little short guy.
Danny DeVito.
He and Danny DeVito are best friends, and I can only imagine how hysterical that relationship is. I mean,
And the song that I played a couple times at the end of my show.
Peace?
yes,
Peace.
that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
That, yeah, my closing song for all
Nikki
of my
Nikki
shows
was
as well.
homeless as a child.
It's crazy.
He grew up on the streets alone. He didn't have a family. He didn't have a home. He lived in cars. He lived.
But wait, as a child?
Yes.
But where were his parents?
We don't know.
Okay.
But it's not a secret. He tells
Yeah,
this
yeah.
story.
Did he run away?
I don't know what he never gave us the
Okay,
backstory. He just
okay.
said he doesn't talk negative about
Okay.
anyone. And so if there was a family problem, he didn't tell us
Okay.
he just said, I grew up on the streets. I was happy to get in somebody's car to get warm or get something
Oh,
to
wow.
eat.
And look at him, right?
And yeah, he had such a gift. Such a gift.
Incredible.
And he didn't realize until a certain time. And he would go and sing in order to have a place to stay that night.
Incredible.
Such gift.
Gary Knight,
Oh,
incredible
Gary
bass
Knight, what
singer
a bass singer. And he's funny
From a
because he's
group-
always in Facebook
A
jail
group
because
called the Delmonicos back in the day.
a New York group.
A cappella, incredible bass singer. And we met him and his wife, and the
And
list goes on and on. But
we
that's
could go
not
on
important.
forever.
What's important is the music.
And my show on Sunday nights.
What's important
that
is
is-
the music. The sound that we grew up with, the sound that so many people today don't know,
True.
the sound that was the root of today's music.
That's right.
Especially the a cappella, the street corner sound, which really gave rise to hip hop and rap. And as a matter of fact, the first rap came from a New York DJ by the name of Jocko Henderson.
So the first rap?
Yeah.
What
if you
years?
He had a show called Jocko's Rocket
Okay.
Ship, and he would rap out.
That was in the
about-
60s.
That
this
was in the 60s?
This
Yeah.
was in the 50s, not the 60s.
It was- are
the
you sure?
50s. Jocko
50s or
Henderson.
60s? You're kidding. So he was the first rapper then.
Yeah, because he
Started that style, yeah.
He sang out,
So
his
we can blame
ads
him.
in
Jocko Henderson.
about his show, about Jocko's Rocket Ship, and he'd go on
Everybody played a part.
something
Yes.
like, Jocko's Woo Papa Do. I mean, I can't do it, but he would just rap it out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it all came from back then.
Right.
It's funny how one thing led to another,
Yep.
and you can't give anybody credit for anything in specifically because it's everybody worked together to make it happen, and it just became so beautiful and so special.
Well, we had a question from Bill. What time is Steve's better half on? Don't want to use the name Barb.
I love it. Tell everyone when your show is on.
Well, I want to thank you, Bill, for asking about that because Steve thinks I have a big ego. And it's not that I have a big ego. It's just that's, look at him.
I love
I'm
this.
going to hit you in the head.
But you need to have a big ego. It's okay.
no, but the
girlfriend.
thing is, it's my pride and joy. It's my
There it
baby.
is, yes.
It's my happy place. And I'm on, unfortunately, Sunday nights from 9 to 11. It used to be 8 to 11, but I was kind enough to give this one of my hours.
Wait, that wasn't long enough for you?
No.
You need 3 hours at one time?
Oh, at least. I would like to have 10 hours at one time. I have at least 2,000 songs on my playlist every Sunday
Okay,
evening.
that's amazing. Okay, then.
I live for my show.
So you have 2 hours, and you had to give up an hour for this gentleman?
Yes.
So what does he do with that hour?
He does a show.
I
for,
do a
he
2-hour
does a 2-hour
program,
show from
but-
7 to 9.
But I had 3 hours, and I gave it up because we acquired some new DJs.
Well,
Every week we're getting
Okay.
people that want to be on Remember
Okay,
Then Radio.
okay.
And here's the issue. We have some DJs. We have a lot of DJs that want to be on our station, and when they're really, really good, I feel like they deserve to have the time. But we don't want to totally give up our shows because that's really what we started out. We wanted to do radio shows, but we want to put these great DJs on.
I have a
And
suggestion.
what's that?
All right. I would say always make sure you each keep 1 hour. No matter what, you each keep 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
So you can give up an hour here or there, but always keep 1 hour forever because you guys need to do that.
Right. I need 3 hours.
I know, but if you have to give it up for someone,
I can't give it up.
okay, so
I said to him,
selfish.
I'll do breakfast, I'll do lunch,
okay,
I'll
well,
do
there you
dinner.
go.
I don't care if it's 3 in
midnight,
the morning.
3 in the morning. Well, there you go.
Because there's always somebody that's awake.
then there.
And we're old. You know, we can't sleep at night. We get up to pee. We
So
have
do
to,
that.
you know,
There you
we can't
go.
get back to sleep.
I
Turn
love it.
Barbara on.
Oh my
You know, the
gosh.
doo-wop angel could be there all the time.
Okay.
I'm your angel.
So tomorrow, let me tell you who's going to be my guest on my show, 2 p.m. tomorrow, Remember Then Radio. Okay, John Monforto, he is the Philadelphia Rocky. He won for the real Philadelphia Rocky, and he's incredible. But he does over 30 impersonations. Not just he does Elvis, he does so many. But the reason why I love him as Rocky is because, first of all, I grew up in New York, right? And friends in Philly, and Rocky was the man.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky was the man. So we have so many ETAs that are all incredible, right? Doing Elvis. We have so many, Frank Sinatra. They're great. Rocky.
Oh,
Come
Rocky.
on. Okay? There's not a person that doesn't go crazy
His
when he walks
heart.
in the room.
He was such a sweetheart.
He's incredible. Looks just like him, acts just like him, sounds just like him. It's craziness. So he's going to be my guest
Make
tomorrow,
sure he
guys.
does Yo Adrian.
Oh,
I got to
okay.
hear a Yo Adrian.
Okay, well, so the Doo-Wop Angel should be in the chat
Oh, I'll
room.
be there.
And ask for it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Okay. Tell everyone how to get into the chat
Okay.
room, please.
First, let me
Okay.
say, it's best if you use your computer and not your phone.
Okay.
You can listen on your phone. The chat room is difficult on the phone.
Okay.
But just go to rememberthenradio.com and you'll see a menu at the top. That's where you can find the interviews and different information. But on the main page, the home page, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a radio player. That's where you can hear the music. And if you want to, you can join the chat room. That's to the left of the radio player. You do not need a password. Just pick a unique screen name, a unique nickname.
Or use your own
I mean,
name
if you use something
like it.
like John, and the network, the chat server network is worldwide. So if there's somebody else named John on, you'll get renamed to guest something. So if you pick a unique name like
I'm John.
Or you could be, yeah,
Something like
exactly,
that,
or
then-
John
then
31.
you won't get changed.
Or,
Yeah.
That's right.
So that's all there is to it. And if you want to listen on your phone, there's an app that you can get either on Android from the Google Play Store, just search for Remember Then Radio, or on the Apple Store for an iPhone. And that's it. Get the app and you can listen to your heart's content.
See, I didn't interrupt you, Steve, and I had something really, really important to say,
And you
I
forgot.
can't remember what it was.
Okay.
And it was really, really important.
Really, really important.
Really.
I love it.
But that's how I am. If I don't say it, this is why everybody that knows me knows that.
She'll remember 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Listen, but there are times where I have to be the same way. I'm like, wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just have to say this because I know I'll forget.
That's how
You know,
I
we're
am.
not trying to be rude because
I'm
we
rude.
know.
I just can't help myself. You know, my information is so important.
So I want to give a shout out to Jan, okay?
Hi, Jan.
She says, blessed to have found Jerry via Walt Sanders.
Aw.
Now excited to find Remember Them Radio. Thanks for keeping the music alive. So, Jan, listen, mwah, kiss to you,
God
girlfriend.
bless, yeah.
Walt Sanders. Let's give Walt a shout out, too, okay?
Hi, Walt.
Walt Sanders, even Pablo Reyes. I want to give a shout out to both of them because they are not only incredible singers, they give us concerts free from their living room. Pablo
Gets your hips moving.
Get your hips moving. He'll sing songs for you and post them every day, every week. And Walt Sanders actually will do sometimes two not short, like an hour-long concert from his living room, Wednesdays usually and Sunday nights. I'm not kidding you. It's incredible what he does. And he's live. And they're just beautiful people, and I love Walt. And thank you, Jan, for mentioning him.
Oh, speaking of live, that's what we're working on. We're trying, some of our shows are pre-recorded, And we're trying to get all of our shows to be live shows. That's why we have so many DJs, because we have a lot of live DJs.
Okay.
And that's what we consider when we consider a DJ, if he's willing to be live or not.
And I'm live, right?
Yes.
Okay, why wouldn't they want to be live?
And Bill asked how often your show is on.
Hi, Bill. Okay, so since this is Hamilton Radio tonight, I could talk about all my networks. So anyway, I'm on 5 networks. Right now, 4
You go, girl.
running ones, and PANJ Radio is always on the back burner. He moved out of the country, but I'm still going to try and do some things with him, Rob Bell. So that's PANJ Radio. And I'm here on Hamilton Radio every Tuesday night, 5 p.m. We're on YouTube, we're everywhere, internet, and we're live on Facebook. Remember Then Radio, every Wednesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Join my chat room, guys, okay? I'm live. It's a podcast, right? I learned that, okay? Beverly Nation, every other Tuesday night.
Hi, Brother O.
So, Brother O, yep. Brother O is incredible. Now, it's not this Tuesday, it's the following. So, it's every other Tuesday night, 10 p.m. I've got a really great spot there.
Brother O's
Brother
precious.
O is awesome.
He is very, very wise.
Okay? And then I'm on Damon Looks through Brother O as well, and that is different for me. That one is YouTube only, so I'm live, but I don't have guests, so I just talk about sometimes addiction, health, all that, because I'm also a nutritional health coach, I'm a recovery coach, so that is where I take that opportunity, and that is every other Wednesday afternoon at noon. So every other Wednesday, I do that show at noon, and then you guys at 2. You're every week, though.
And what do you do for free time?
Okay, I don't really have much free time, so I try not to do any work on the weekends because I catch up. I write poems. I write my guest
Yes,
poems.
she
and all that
writes
kind of stuff.
amazing
You know, so that's what I
poems.
do on the weekends and get my I have like 5 radio books. All right. So anyway, all that. I do everything hands-on. So I'm not great with tech, but I'm really learning when I have to,
And
okay?
Steve's always there to help you.
Thank
He's
God.
Just a tap away.
And listen, the one time you weren't in the chat room because you had a crisis with your mom, you had to
Yeah.
drive and all that, I was like, oh no, and then you ended up seeing I didn't have sound.
Right, I was
And you
down
helped.
in Florida and got on the
He
laptop.
stays on top of things.
Oh, my
This
goodness.
man, if you have any question about how passionate we are about this station, he's taking care of his elderly mother and checking up
Yes,
on the
I
station
know.
shows.
So when I'm reading my guest poems, I have to look down and I'm reading. I had my guest, through my speaker, and I'm reading the guest poem for him, and he sees you typing in the chat room. We don't hear you. There's no sound. We hear music. He had to tell me because
Right.
I'm like this.
But isn't that
reading.
neat?
Yes,
I love
was like,
it.
oh no. So you're the man, Steve. You fix it all.
You know what, though? Isn't it
Thank
neat?
you.
though,
Oh,
that-
let me give a big shout out to Broadway Brooklyn Billy. He's
There it
listening
is.
right now.
Hi, Billy
Is that,
Rigobuto.
oh, there he is.
He wrote us. He sang a song for me, "Little Town Flirt."
And yeah, Bill
I
is a
love
singer,
Billy. He can sing.
and his show is on tonight at 8 p.m.
That's right. Billy, should I
Live.
be doo-wop angel or angel baby? What do you
No,
think?
doo-wop angel. You're doo-wop. You're all about the doo-wop. Angel baby to Steve. When he whispers sweet
Bill,
nothing.
Bill wants to know.
Absolutely
Bill
nothing.
wants to know if you have a Facebook
So, Bill,
page. No, this is Bill.
The other Bill wants
The
to know
other
about
Bill,
his-
Bill
yes.
Tomaselli.
Geri Petito. GeriPetito. Friend me today. Now I'll accept you, and then I'll put you in my radio pages and my addiction pages and all that cool stuff. Okay? Very cool.
Quite.
So very cool.
Jolly.
So
Oh, and we want to wish Get Better Quick to another one of our DJs, Jack Sullivan. He was in a car accident
Yeah,
last
he
night.
was at a
to hear
light
it.
and a truck rammed the back of him, never stopped. Kept
Yeah,
right
it's
on going
horrible.
and right into the back of him.
So we wish you a speedy recovery. So guys, we're coming to the close of the show. We still
You're
have
kidding!
We still have time, but I usually around 6:15 start that so that we can make introductions. You could say whatever it is you want to say. Tell everyone how to find you, all that great
You
stuff.
can do that.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to be, too late. I don't ever want that to happen. So we're coming to the close of the show. We still have a little bit of time, guys, but here's where I would like my guests to let everybody out there know how to connect with them, because they are incredible. Remember Then Radio, yay!
Yay!
Tell everyone.
All right, we're on Facebook under my name.
I have to quick tell that
Go
story.
ahead.
I just want to let everyone know that I was on Facebook with my name, and it led to a lot of problems. I went to Facebook jail.
She has a big mouth, I could say it.
And Steve and I fought all the time, and I got in arguments with people over politics. So I'm no longer on Facebook. But Steve is on Facebook, and Steve doesn't always look at his Facebook. So a lot of times when you girls are flirting with Steve,
It's
I'm
her.
flirting right back with you.
Okay, that's great. I love it.
Anyway, it's under.
I'm Steve.
Once upon a time, we were under Remember Then Radio, but Facebook said, well, that's not a real name. Prove it. Show us your driver's license. Show us your
They
tax
wanted a birth
returns. Show us your
certificate and
Social
everything else.
Security. Anyway, that's Facebook.
So Steve is really Remember Then Radio, which is all of us.
So I'm under my name, Steve.
Spell your name for them.
Steve Soskin, Soskin.
Okay.
And we're out there, and the page or the Facebook entity is devoted to the radio station and the artists and the music. And there's also a group, Remember Then Radio's Class Reunion.
And that's a lot of fun.
I love it.
I love it.
And so that's out there as well for you. And, of course, the website, rememberthenradio.com or WRTR.net. Either one will get you to the same place.
We also have a Johnny Maestro page where people sign up at that. Well, we originally started it out with wanting to get him in the Hall of Fame, but now I'm at the
Okay.
point where I don't want him in the Hall of Fame because it's not a place I'd be proud to be at this point.
No, because I'm a nominee for the Hall of Fame.
Not the.
No. The regular rock and roll.
Okay, gotcha.
We mean the
Rock,
one in
rock and Roll Hall of
Cincinnati.
Shame.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we're just proud to have him on a page on our site, and it's great music and pictures
good.
and things like that.
So what else would you like everyone to know?
Join us. Come listen to any of the programs. They're all great. Each and every one has great music. There are different genres. We're not all doo-wop. We've got some blues. We've got some R&B. There's late night stuff. There's a show on Saturday nights, which is absolutely great with live DJ. He lives in Laredo, Texas, with DJ Alex.
Yeah, and why don't you just go through Monday through Saturday?
Well,
I can't do that.
No, we don't have
but
time.
the schedule is on rememberthenradio.com. Just click on schedule.
Yeah, and
you'll
join
see
us.
everything.
It's a lot of fun. We stick together. We help one another in times of trouble. It's become a family. It really has.
Well, beautiful. Well, I want to thank you guys for being my guests. I am incredibly honored. Not only that you guys came to do this in person, which I love you for,
Thank you.
that you invited me to be a host on your network. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is just, I can't even tell you what that meant to me. So I
We
really,
love it.
truly want to thank you for all that. I want to thank you for keeping the music alive and giving everybody out there, some hope, because that's what music does, right? It brings everybody some hope.
Yes.
And
And unity.
unity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
There's
unity.
there's a lot of lonely people out
Yes.
there, and listening into the live shows, interacting in the chat room, it brings
Beautiful.
them
That's
closer.
right. I wanna put something out there that's very important. I wanna let everyone out there know to tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. But 9/11, I have to say this, September 11th. Someone I grew up with in Long Island City, New York, was a first responder, Nicky Rotondo. You can find him on Facebook as the Balloonatic. He's an incredible, incredible balloon artist as well. But I'm so proud that we've reconnected. I haven't seen him since we were 10 years old. And we've not only reconnected, he's he's been asked to be in a documentary, and he's going to be my guest on Remember Then Radio on 9/11.
Wow.
How cool is that, right?
Very
Can't wait
cool.
for that
So
show.
it's going to be unbelievable.
Wow.
So, guys, go
And
ahead.
one last thing.
Yep.
Go to streetcornerentertainment.com as well. Look at the vinyl. Listen to new vocal group harmony music today. Not old stuff. Today. streetcornerentertainment.com.
So I want to end today's show. I want to say thank you to all my listeners, all my viewers. I want to say thank you to everybody out there. This was a great, great show for me. So a lot of things are happening with me. I'm the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass, guys, okay? Listen, 28 years ago, I changed my life. If I could do it, you could do it. I'll tell you what, if anybody gets in touch with me and says they need this book because they saw this show, it's yours for free. I'll send it to you. Okay, we need to touch someone's life today. We got to save a life out there, okay? I'm willing to do that. So just get in touch with me. I will send you the book for free. This is your copy.
Thank you so
Right,
much,
sweetheart?
Jerry. I cannot wait to read it.
And
Because I'm an ass, too.
see, we're all asses at times, right? I want to end the show with a poem about me. A lot of great stuff has happened. I am a nominee now for, this is so cool, Internet International Hall of Fame 2019. How cool. So
Oh.
fingers crossed, I'll find out in November.
I'm voting for
Okay?
you.
I got an award out of Germany, and this one would be coming out of Stockholm, so fingers crossed, guys, okay? I want to read this poem, and then we're going to end the show. Thank you again, everybody. The Geri Petito Show. Imagine that. I have 5 shows. I can't believe it was me they chose. First Hamilton Radio, then on PANJ, Beverly Nation Online, Talk Shoe Radio, Make Way. Brother Owen for me, my shows are flying high. Now on Damon Network, Damon Looks will reach the sky. I can't believe the call. Good news from me to you. I'm nominated for Hall of Fame. Brother O rocks, it's true. I was even named the Jersey Jewel by Brother O. Damn, that's cool. My nickname on the other shows, Jerry the Smartass, because of my logos. Doc G started this. It's all because of you. Then I met Rob Bell on Vinny's show. It's true. Brother O watched my shows and said, please come along. If you do, I promise, with me you can't go wrong. You won't believe this. I swear to you it's true. Now a nominee for Hall of Fame along with Brother O, who knew. Now picked up by my 5th one, owned by Barb and Steve. Remember Then Radio, all oldies, I believe. What a ride this really has been. Can't wait to hear Brother O and I win. But even if it don't happen, being nominated, created, clapping. For those who know me and those who don't, to keep me silent, you can't, you won't. My show will be to keep it real on how I see it and how I feel. To tell the truth and expose the lies, get out of the dark, let's open our eyes. If you want to get healthy or learn how to live, just listen to me then, inspiration I give. If addiction's your struggle, no matter which one, I wrote the book on addiction, that battle I've won. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass is the title of my book, so check it out. You won't regret the minute you take a look. A lot of info, I sure do know, so tune in and learn stuff on the Geri Petito Show.
Go,
Thank you,
Jerry.
everybody. Woo!
Thank you, Jerry.
What a show.
It's been wonderful.
What a show. Cut their mics, Gino.